Oh, we're live. And
And this is what we're doing today. Give me a moment. Here we go.
You son of a bitch.
Aaron Whitlow.
Brendan Spivey. And we are the Mark Out Movie Podcasters. And on today's episode,
We are reviewing Extraction 2, movie that came out this year on Netflix. We've seen the first film. It was like several years ago, right? Was it a couple years ago? 3 years ago? We both enjoyed the very first one. Thought it came out of nowhere and thought it was one of the best action films that we saw. I think it ranked that year pretty high on my list of movies. Actually, it made like top 10, I think, of my films of the year that year when we did our review at the end of the year. I think I remember that. I think, but anyway, does this one? Yeah, where does this one land on everything?
the way he says it, I'm assuming not very high.
Maybe it is. Maybe. Well, it has Chris Hemsworth returns, and he's joined this time briefly by Idris Elba, which I wanted him to be in it more.
He is coming.
Yeah,
back, I'm assuming.
I assume so as well. And I was going to ask you that question, but and then like the people, like one lady from the first movie that it was like his partner in crime. Returns, and then the new guy that they try to make us believe has been there the whole time, but he wasn't.
I was thinking. I don't remember him in the first one, which I did not go back and watch the first one.
Me neither.
But I was like, I don't remember him. I remember her. I don't remember him. But I was thinking it was going to have something to do with the boy from the first movie. The way it ended with the first movie, him at the pool, being alive, but that did not happen.
Yeah. Actually, I thought that it was going to be. I thought at first I thought the kid, the guy that he was talking to, the guy that's a member of his little crew again. Yeah. I thought maybe is this the kid from the first movie? Is he grown up? Is he kind of joined like follow his footsteps? But then I was like, to me they try to, retrofit this character into the franchise because they.
Froze on me. Now you're gone.
Oh, you changed.
He's trying to come back. There he's back. He's back.
There you go. That was weird.
Yep.
You flipped on me. Anyway, I think they try to retrofit this guy in there, so that because they couldn't kill off the one girl, and so they wanted him to. They want to kill somebody that he cared about.
Yeah. Yeah. But really, they killed somebody that she cared about.
Yeah. Yeah, they really get like was that her brother? Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I got, yeah. But I felt they try to make this story personal because I had totally forgot that he like abandoned his kid. Like I forgot about that aspect.
Yeah, me too.
So he's trying to save ex sister-in-law and her two sons, or her son and brother and sister, right? It is a girl, right? We're having difficulties, having massive difficulties here.
Yeah, we are. We're glitching a bit.
But it was it wasn't daughter, right? That's barely in it. Or was that? Am I getting confused here?
I think they're trying to save his niece and nephew.
Yeah, okay, it was a daughter.
And,
Okay, but she's
yeah.
barely, she's forgettable because it's more about the son. Because
he's what a little idiot this kid is.
Well, I mean, you have to understand though that world they live in, they brainwash these kids, and because the main character, the main villain, has been brainwashed since he was a kid. So I got where they were going with it. You have company.
It's my grandkids are leaving the door, but continue talking. Never mind, I got it.
Okay, but yeah, so the main villain, the two brothers, they were basically brainwashed when they were kids, and they became killers, and how it goes. And Aaron's really having difficulties.
What is going on? I feel like it's you having difficulties, to be honest. I don't think
you're
it's
the one
thing.
Yeah, you're the one that's going off.
You're going off. I'm just experiencing it. Give me a moment. But yeah, continue talking with this madness.
All right, so here you went off again. but yeah, anyway, Chris Hemsworth's character has been hired to trace his sister-in-law and his nephew and niece and save them from this family of gangsters in I forget what country it's in, but anyway, his job is to distract them, get them to the safe house, and that's what he does. He distracts them, gets them to the safe house, and the boy ends up calling his dad to come get him, which is stupid because he's going to end up trying to kill his mom and everyone else. He's that brainwashed. He thinks his dad's a good guy and he's not. But that's just how it goes. Aaron's still not with me here. But anyway, I thought, there he comes. He's coming back, I think. Nope, still not coming. But I thought this movie had really good action sequences. I love the prison break. That was like a 20-minute one shot, and I loved that. I thought that was really good. Chris is great in the role. Honestly, I'd rather see him do movies like this than go back to the MCU as Thor. I love him as Thor, but I don't know. I've only enjoyed 2 of the 4 of the Thor movies, so I enjoyed the first one and Ragnarok. So, but this was a fun action movie. I don't think it's as good as the first one, but it was fun. But that's really basically it. I mean, it's kind of, I want to kind of compare it to The Gray Man a little bit. It kind of comes down to a showdown with him and this kid's dad. Like, it's really what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to a showdown between them. They're going to try to take each other out throughout the movie, and Chris is just going to go to war with this guy. And that's basically the entire movie. I mean, that's basically it. I mean, it's got some really good action sequences, but that's basically it. I'm not sure if Aaron's going to get to come back or not, but I really liked Chris Hemsworth in this. I thought the girl that played his partner, well, kind of his boss in a way. Well, more of a partner, I guess. She was really good. I thought the main villain was pretty good, but he was kind of your basic villain. He grew up with violence, and that's just how it goes. I mean, if you know that kind of, oh, there he is.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you.
All right, wait a minute. talk now?
Yep. Hear
Okay.
you.
Cool. Let me mute me over here. All right. Give me a moment. Let's see. All right. Is there echo?
Yeah.
Let me see. All right. Now I'm gone completely from there. Good.
Yep. You're good.
All right. So, all right. Couple of things you got wrong. One, it was it was the all right, goodbye. It was the uncle to the brother. So Chris Hemsworth character, shut the door. Or just let the door shut by itself. All right, anyway, Chris Hemsworth's character kills
The father.
the father. That's the dude killed in the boiler room, essentially. But then the other guy was the brother of the father, so it's the kid's uncle. So the kid, like you said, was very brainwashed and started believing the hype that this gang is this mafia family is his family, essentially. These are our family, so we can't leave them. And so, but obviously he's wrong. Now, I do agree with you. The one shot prison break scene was the best scene, and it didn't even dawn on me that it was one shot until it was. And it reminded me of the first movie because it had like a parallel.
Yeah,
the extraction scene is always the one shot scene. It seems like with these films, and I do hope it becomes a series. It was enjoyable. It just wasn't as enjoyable as the first one, and that's where I land on it.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a fun action movie. It got me thinking though. Here lately, the last few years, they've really done some good things with the action genre, like The Gray Man. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but Chris Evans made that movie enjoyable. I mean, just the war between him and Ryan Gosling. I mean, I enjoyed that, and I think they've done a pretty good job of making modern day action movies, but also making it feel like kind of back in the day how it was. So making it their own, but in modern times. So I think you froze on me, or maybe I froze on you. I'm not sure anymore.
You froze on me. You good?
I'm good. Yeah, you froze on me too. I don't think StreamYard likes us anymore.
This is crazy. So can you hear me?
I hear you.
Can you see me?
I do see you.
So the way things are going now is you have this generation of stuntmen that turns stunt choreographers, that turns filmmakers, and they're making these movies like John Wick was. That's why the action scenes in John Wick is like choreographed the way they are because the stuntman directed those films or some of those films. I don't know if all of them, but in this movie, it's the same thing. You have a stuntman that directed this film, and so, and like you said, you mentioned The Gray Man. Netflix has been on the road with some of these action movies, and they weren't big movie release that it was in theaters, but still really great films. And so,
I agree. So, was there anything you wanted to mention that I didn't get to mention? If StreamYard will let us do this.
We're going to go ahead and shoot the dog. So,
okay.
All right. We're literally not shooting dogs. Don't think that. But it's just that it's glitching, and I don't know. It's probably a sign that we shouldn't do it today. But, all right. You ready to give your so the movie ends with the showdown between the main bad guy and Chris Hemsworth. And I love that scene where the way that is laying, and he says, "I never stop," and he just takes his
Yep, it's definitely a sign we should be shooting today. Definitely a sign.
Yeah. But all right, give your mark. What's your review? What's your marks for this movie?
I give it 4 out of 5. I thought the action was great. The storyline was okay. The writing was decent. But Chris Hemsworth nailed it, and all the action set pieces were great. I had some issues with the ending. I expected more action, but it was serviceable. And I did like what you were saying, that how he ends up killing him. You know, I like that. It was a little humor in that, but I give it a 4 out of 5. It was a serviceable sequel, and I look forward to what comes next.
Yeah. I give it the same score, 4 out of 5. I was gonna go just a little lower, but yeah, it was ultimately not a bad movie. But the ending of it gets you ready to see what the next movie is gonna be about. And I wonder who they're gonna cast to be like the boss. And I'm thinking Schwarzenegger.
Yes, I'm thinking that too.
Because he has to deal with Netflix, it makes sense. And plus, there's that scene where Hemsworth and Schwarzenegger was on the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
In Netflix offices. So yeah, I would love to see a movie where it's kind of like a Netflix version of Expendables, but with like Idris, Hemsworth, Schwarzenegger, and they could probably bring in someone else.
I mean, you could bring in someone else, but you don't. I don't know if you need to. Hemsworth does such a good job. Like I was saying earlier, I would love to see him continue this track with these type of movies. Like I prefer him in this role than I do Thor. I really do. But I'm excited to see Idris come back, bigger role. And if it is Arnold, it's going to be sweet.
I'd say it's going to be Idris, Hemsworth, Arnold, and then that woman, and that's going to be the Extraction team. Those 4.
Yeah.
And
if they bring someone else, I could see. It depends on the age, but if they're gonna go someone closer to Arnold's age, I could see Stallone.
But then at that point you have Expendables.
Yeah, but if they don't, and he's not, I don't want to say difficult to work with, I can see them, since they have a partnership with him. I can see Dwayne Johnson possibly joining this.
Yeah.
If he will work with them. And he's already got a working relationship with Netflix. He's got a working relationship with Idris. I don't think he's got a working relationship with Arnold if they go that direction. Him and Arnold are close. The only one that he doesn't have a relationship to my knowledge is Chris. Yeah.
I mean, that'd be really cool. I think that would be kind of cool. Netflix can have their own little series with this.
Yes, they can.
Extraction. And
the Gray Man,
and the Gray Man,
worlds could connect too.
And I would love to see a scenario. My biggest fault with Gray Man, I know this isn't about this, but my biggest fault with Gray Man is that they killed off Robert Reynolds. What is it?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. They killed off Chris
Cap.
Evans. Yeah, they killed off Cap. And he was such a great villain. Like fantastic. Like I wanted more of him. He stole the scene. He literally stole every scene that he was in. Yeah. And so it was the best part of the movie, and they killed him off. And I wanted to see maybe they can do something where it's a prequel, like he's in the same. I don't know. I'd love to see him in it. Like I want to see him play another villainous role. He was really great.
Or they could retcon it and show him somehow surviving. I don't know how, but. Like with Hemsworth, I mean, I didn't see how in the world he could have survived that fall, but he did, and it's a movie. You can work around that. I mean, just look at the Fast and Furious franchise.
Look at Halloween.
Well, yeah.
Also, Fast and Furious with that one guy, Han.
Oh, just pretty much everybody. I mean, Han, Letty, Gal Gadot's character. I mean, anyone that dies, like if John Cena's in the next movie, I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I haven't. I
just spoiled it.
Brandon spoils everything.
But if he's in the next movie, because technically you don't see it, but it happened.
Brandon keeps talking about it.
I'm just saying, if he's in the next movie,
people left.
No death
like,
matters.
No. But yeah, I won't. This is my final take on Extraction 2 or the Extraction series. Hopefully now is that we will then get. I want Hemsworth. I agree with you. I want to see more Hemsworth doing this. I'd rather see him doing this and this be his thing, and he get away from the Marvel things and let that be done.
I think he's actually okay with Thor being that was his last outing, because he actually said if the story isn't better, I'm not coming back. And I think he wanted to be killed off, honestly, in Endgame, and they didn't do it. But and honestly, I would rather him got killed off than had watched that last movie. So I feel bad for him because he is an original Avenger, but he's
he became a more comedic character.
Yeah,
towards the end of his run, and nobody he's some character you won't take serious, which like I think, and I know we're not talking about Marvel, but I'll say this: I think that Marvel, everything that they did and set up with Endgame and Infinity War and the story and the way that they kind of got that the way it was, and I would say even at the Spider-Man Far From Home or No Way, is it No Way Home? No Way
Home, yeah. StreamYard just does not like us today. Just doesn't.
Yeah, I think that they set up a perfect thing where they can start moving forward with Marvel, but then they did stuff like Thor, Love and Thunder, and just ruined it. And some other stuff they did just was bad. And so now I don't really I don't know. I don't get excited for Marvel coming out. I don't. And it's sad because I was really into that series, that universe.
Yeah. I think the only thing I'm excited for is the next Spider-Man movie, whenever that happens.
Yeah.
Or maybe Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi too? Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
You got it right. But, all right. Brandon, what are we watching next week?
I don't know the name of it, but it's the Jackie Chan, John Cena movie on Netflix. It came out this year. I think it came out like a month ago.
So another action junkie film. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, why not? I mean, I didn't really look. I just know that came out, and I did want to see it.
Okay.
And hopefully it's fun.
But, all right. What do we want the people to do before we glitch again?
Ooh, I know it's hard because I know nobody probably liked this episode because of the glitching. But if you did somehow, by some miracle, enjoyed this episode, click that like button, click that share button, and subscribe to the Mark Out Movie Podcast.
Yeah. We thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties we had. I was doing it on my phone, but it kept glitching, and then I went to my laptop, and it kept glitching too. It could be an internet thing. I pay my bills. I'm going to throw that out there. But also I have Spectrum, so there you go. If that tells you anything. And the lighting is terrible in here. But yeah, anyway, we thank you for watching and tuning in. Next week, we're going to be here watching another movie. I caught your your Bloodsport poster behind you, by the way.
It works, right?
It does work. But we thank you for tuning in, Aaron Whitlow.
Brandon Spivey.
Thank you for tuning in to Mark Out Movie Podcast. Have a good weekend.